So, in what is one of the kind of more interesting players that are in the, transfer portal, not even one of the most interesting player that is in the transfer portal, Cotie McMahon has entered the transfer portal going into her senior season after a decent year in Ohio State. So obviously, look, Cotie McMahon is elite. She is an exceptionally good player. Before we talk about other things, let's just talk about her as a player, because that is completely fair. As a freshman, she averaged 15.1 points, and she made the All Big Ten tournament first team, or All Big Ten tournament team. She made the All Big Ten tournament team as a freshman. Then she had 14.5, and this season she averaged 16.5 points per game. And this is the year where her 3-point shooting went to near 40. She is a 6 foot tall kind of 3-4, and she's very good at basketball. She is very good at basketball. But we're going to be honest here. We're not the reason why people about Cotie McMahon is not basketball. And I really do hope, Cotie McMahon, I'm not joking when I say this, is a prospect who is in conversations. She's likely going to be a first round pick in next year's WNBA draft. All she has to do is I don't know if it's an attitude problem, if it's an inability to, tone it down, if it's just being a sore loser. But Cotie McMahon this season, nothing has been a good look for her. Nothing has been a good look at all for her. But again, she is a 21-year-old, and you're not going to go and judge. Sorry, she's 20. She's not even 21 yet. So she's somebody that is extremely young. She's going to go into next year's WNBA draft and turn 22 right before. Turn 22 right before the start of the WNBA season. So I'm not long time. I know a lot of people are saying wild stuff about her, and to be fair, it's not without reason. But at the same time, look, a lot of us were 20 years old once, and we know that there were a lot of we all made mistakes, and we all know, if anyone who's older, I'm only 28, but if we were to be judged by what we said and did when we were 20 for the rest of our lives, dear Lord, we wouldn't be seen well. A lot of us wouldn't be seen well, particularly well. But yeah, so basically, this is what is the last thing she did with Ohio State. After they lost to Tennessee, she just kind of slaps the hand of her opponent's coach while saying something to the coach, and the coach is kind of staring at her, the whole coaching staff and players not knowing what's going on. That's the last thing she did after losing. And then before that, obviously, there is before that, she was talking about, going to that Iowa disrespected Ohio State. And in her defense, they kind of did. In the Caitlin Clark era, that was what we call a true rivalry. There was as in on a competitor level, there was a respect between the two teams. But as far as a non-competitor level, trash talk and getting into each other's heads, no, there wasn't much respect there. Caitlin Clark, JC Sheldon, there was a true rivalry there, which is good for the sport. But after losing the previous game, obviously they lost by 40 to UCLA, is nothing. But in 2 of her last 3 games, one of them in a handshake just slaps the opponent's coach's hand and says something. And then this is what happened before that. Again, they've lost their last 3 games. These are 2 of the last 3 losses she's had, and I don't know what's going on, because I've looked for some stuff with Cotie McMahon, when I've looked at this type of these type of things, I've been there's been nothing crazy until the last month, as far as well, not even a craze of being sore loser is one thing, but the way things have gone, it's just, you just kind of hope that all's okay with her at the end of the day, because she is somebody that she's someone that could be a WNBA player, but just needs to make sure she has her head in the right space. Because this other crap, like, again, you can dislike Cotie McMahon all you want, and in fairness, based on her actions, it's completely understandable. But it's like, for her own sake, she needs to get to a program. She needs to have a year where it's just about ball. Where she can change the kind of reputation she has built up with fan bases, and hopefully she can. That's the big thing, because as a ball player, she is legitimately an all-star level player. So not an all-star level, a WNBA level player. And you just kind of hope it's that. But I think a lot of people are really expecting the worst. Not only that, like, are not big fans. Any takers, like, whoever ends up getting her, I'll root against. She peaked in freshman year. Let's work to keep players, but find a coach that actually coaches and develop players. Cotie's good, but she was good when she came. Her improvement is from 3v3. And that is one thing, is that she did not improve. So worried about a team being disrespected. Like, you can expect that, but does she go to LSU? You know what? Her going to LSU, they just need, if LSU can somehow find a true center. They, like, with Flaujae, with Williams, and if Cotie McMahon goes to LSU, that's crazy. Like, I don't know if Staley would take her at South Carolina, just because it's a bit of a risk taking someone like that at South Carolina. And I do think whatever team takes her are taking a big risk, because as good as she is on the court, and in fairness, I don't know what's going on off the floor. If the more often things like, if any college takes a player that has done these type of things and she continues to do that, it doesn't look great for the college. It doesn't. So, yeah, all in all, I'm going to say, I think she's probably going to be the top player in the transfer portal. Maybe some of the younger players, maybe Full Wiley goes in the transfer portal. And if Full Wiley ends up going to transfer portal, then we're very much looking at, she's the best player. Like, she's going to be first team All-American if she gets out of South Carolina next year. But Cotie McMahon's going to be one of the 2 or 3 best players. And she's somebody that, if you are like an almost team, if you're a team that's a bubble contender and suddenly you can get Cotie McMahon, if you can get her playing at her best, it could be unbelievable. And to be honest, I think Kim Mulkey might be able to get the best out of her. And again, for all the people saying she's going to be the next Angel Reese is way better than Cotie McMahon. Like, we can be honest here. Angel Reese is way better than McMahon. But yeah, anyway, that is the video. We're just going to be talking about one of the transfer prospects, and obviously because of her rivalry with Iowa and how much she doesn't like Iowa and Iowa don't like her, how much of a relevant thing that this is. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.